The pulsing music filled the air, drowning out our drunken laughter as we stumbled around Katie's living room. The phone's shrill ring cut through the chaos, and Ava, ever cheerful, answered it without hesitation. But her cheer quickly turned to fear as she listened to the sinister voice on the other end. A voice that promised death to us all. She hung up, brushing it off as a sick prank when I asked who it was. We resumed our dancing, ignoring the loud crash that echoed from another room. But then the power went out, leaving us in an oppressive darkness. Confusion turned to unease as Sam volunteered to check the generator, only to find the front door mysteriously locked. Emma, ever dramatic, rolled her eyes and announced she needed to use the bathroom. Something didn't feel right. As she left, a sense of foreboding settled over me. Minutes later, a blood-curdling scream pierced the air. We raced upstairs to find Emma's lifeless body on the bathroom floor, a knife buried deep in her chest. Ava's eyes widened with realization. The man's voice on the phone, the threat to kill us all. It wasn't a prank. Fear gripped my heart as I looked around at the terrified faces of my friends in the dim candlelight. This couldn't be real. It had to be some sick joke. But the sight of Emma's lifeless body shattered any hope of that. Katie's cries grew louder, echoing through the house. We were trapped, cornered with a murderer. Every sound, every creak of the old house sent shivers down our spines. And then we heard it. A crashing sound from the room above us. The man was getting closer. Footsteps, slow and deliberate, echoed down the hallway. Katie and Ava's screams filled the air as they realized their fate. I stood frozen, paralyzed with fear, as a dark figure emerged in the doorway. The glint of the knife in the dim light sent chills down my spine. "The girls shouldn't have ignored my call," he growled, stepping into the bathroom. Katie and Ava's screams turned into gurgles as the knife slit their throats. Blood spilled onto the floor, mingling with Emma's. I tried to scream, to find my voice, but it was stuck in my throat. I watched in horror as the man turned his cold, empty eyes toward me. "Now it's your turn, Clarissa." But in that moment of desperation, adrenaline surged through my veins. I kicked him with all my might, sending him sprawling to the ground. The knife clattered to the floor, and I didn't hesitate. I sprinted out of the bathroom, down the stairs, fueled by sheer terror. In the darkened living room, I slipped on something wet. Sam's blood. My heart pounded as I fought to unlock the back door. Finally, it swung open, and I burst into the cool night air. But before I could run to safety, a hand grabbed my hair, yanking me back inside. I screamed as the man threw me to the ground, hatred burned in his eyes. "You can't escape me, Clarissa," he hissed. "It's time you joined your friends." The glint of the knife told me my fate was sealed, but just as he raised the knife, a piercing shriek filled the room. The neighbor's pit bull, a guardian angel in the form of a dog, attacked the man, tearing into his wrist. The man struggled, dropping the knife, and I seized the opportunity to run. I ran through the darkness, the sounds of the struggle fading behind me. Gratitude overwhelmed me as I whispered a thank you to the pit bull, promising it a steak if I survived. I sprinted into the forest, seeking refuge among the towering trees. Their shadows provided cover as I caught my breath, my heart still racing. For now, I was safe. But I knew the man was still out there, hunting me. I needed help, and I needed it fast. With every step, I moved deeper into the forest, hoping to find civilization and escape the clutches of the man who had taken everything from me. As I hurried through the darkened woods, the trees seemed to close in around me. Every rustle, every hoot of an owl sent shivers down my spine. And then I tripped over something, crashing to the ground. A dead deer, its vacant eyes staring up at the night sky. The forest was full of coyotes, predators lurking in the shadows. I pushed myself up, ignoring the pain, and continued running. I had to get out of this nightmare.